Listen, if you're watching this video right now, it's because you've probably tried everything else and nothing worked. You've dealt with the frustration, the embarrassment, maybe even the shame of feeling like your body is betraying you. But what if I told you that in the next 2 minutes, literally just 120 seconds, you could reactivate something that's been dormant, using nothing but your own hands and a technique that's been hidden from you for decades? Hi there, I'm Dr. Sarah, and welcome back to Beyond the Pill channel, where we explore the natural solutions that actually work, the ones they don't want you to know about. I've been helping men over 55 reclaim their vitality for over 15 years, and today I'm going to share something that will change everything you think you know about male health and circulation. I know exactly what you're going through right now. You wake up in the morning and that confidence you once had, it's just gone. You look in the mirror and wonder when your body stopped being your ally and became your enemy. You've probably spent countless nights lying awake, wondering if this is just how it's going to be from now on. The pills don't work like they used to. The treatments are expensive and come with side effects that make you feel worse than before. You feel like you're losing a part of yourself, and nobody really understands what that does to a man's soul. Here's a shocking truth that will blow your mind. 85% of men over 55 experience circulation issues that directly affect their intimate life. But here's the kicker. 90% of these cases can be dramatically improved with a simple 2-minute technique that costs absolutely nothing and requires no equipment whatsoever. The pharmaceutical industry has spent billions convincing you that you need their products, but ancient wisdom combined with modern science reveals something far more powerful. There are no coincidences in life, my friend. You're watching this video right now because your body, your intuition, your very soul knows that there's a better way. And if you're truly ready to reclaim the vitality and confidence that's rightfully yours, not just for the next 6 months, but for the next 5, 10, or even 20 years, I want you to do something powerful right now. Leave a comment below with these exact words: I choose to reclaim my natural vitality. This might seem too simple, but neuroscience shows us that when we make a public commitment, it activates our prefrontal cortex and increases our chances of success by over 300%. Your subconscious mind is listening, and this simple act will prime your entire nervous system for the transformation that's about to happen. Now, before we dive into the actual technique, you need to understand why this isn't just another massage. What I'm about to teach you is completely different from anything you've ever experienced. Most people think massage is just about relaxation, some gentle rubbing, maybe some essential oils, and you feel good for a while. But what we're talking about here is targeted therapeutic intervention that works on a cellular level to reactivate dormant pathways in your body. Your body has what I call circulation highways, specific pathways where blood flow can either be enhanced or completely blocked. Think of it like this. Imagine your circulatory system as a complex network of roads leading to a major city. Over the years, due to stress, poor posture, lack of movement, and yes, even emotional trauma, these highways develop traffic jams. The blood wants to flow, but it's getting stuck at specific intersection points. Traditional medicine tries to force the traffic through with pills, but we're going to clear the roadblocks entirely. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. There are 7 specific pressure points on your body that, when stimulated in the correct sequence and with the right pressure, send direct signals to your autonomic nervous system. These points act like master switches that control blood flow to your most vital areas. Ancient Chinese medicine called these points gates of vitality, and modern research has confirmed that stimulating them increases nitric oxide production by up to 40% within minutes. The reason this 2-minute technique is so powerful is because of something called neuroplasticity cascade. When you apply pressure to these specific points, you're not just improving circulation temporarily, you're actually rewiring your nervous system to remember this optimal state. It's like teaching your body a new language, and once it learns it, it never forgets. This is why men who use this technique consistently report improvements that last for hours, sometimes even days, after just one session. But here's the game changer. Unlike pills that work against your body's natural processes, this massage technique works with your body's innate intelligence. Your body wants to heal, wants to function optimally. We're just removing the obstacles that have been blocking its natural ability. When you stimulate these pressure points, you're essentially sending a message to your brain that says, "Hey, remember how this is supposed to work? Let's get back to that." The beauty of targeted massage therapy is that it addresses the root cause, not just the symptoms. Most circulation issues in men over 55 aren't actually physical problems. They're neurological communication breakdowns. Your brain and your body have simply forgotten how to talk to each other efficiently. This technique reestablishes that communication in the most direct way possible. What makes this even more incredible is that the effects are cumulative. The first time you do this, you'll notice immediate improvements. But as you continue, and remember, we're talking about just 2 minutes a day, your body starts to anticipate and prepare for optimal function. It's like training a muscle, except you're training your entire circulatory and nervous system to operate at peak performance. Men who've been using this technique for just 2 weeks report feeling like they've turned back the clock by 10 years. What I'm about to share with you has been hidden in plain sight for over 3,000 years. In ancient China, there were masters called vitality keepers, who possessed knowledge so powerful that emperors would travel hundreds of miles just for a single session. These weren't just massage therapists. They were guardians of techniques that could restore a man's essence, his life force, his very connection to his masculine power. The technique you're about to learn is a direct descendant of their most closely guarded secrets. Traditional Chinese medicine identified specific meridian points that they called dragon gates, energy pathways that, when properly activated, could awaken what they termed the sleeping dragon within a man's body. Modern science has now proven that these ancient pressure points correspond exactly to major nerve clusters and vascular junction points. What the ancients called qi, or life energy, we now understand as bioelectrical impulses and nitric oxide pathways. They were right all along. They just used different words to describe the same physiological processes. In ancient India, the practice of Ayurveda included something called marma therapy, the stimulation of vital points that could instantly restore masculine vigor. These Indian masters understood that the body contained 107 marma points, but only 7 were considered mahamarma, the great points that controlled vitality and virility. Incredibly, these 7 points are almost identical to the Chinese dragon gates, proving that this knowledge was universal, discovered independently by different cultures because it's based on fundamental human anatomy. Here's what's absolutely mind-blowing. In the 1970s, researchers at Johns Hopkins University conducted studies on acupressure and discovered that stimulating specific combinations of pressure points could increase blood flow by up to 300% within minutes. They were essentially validating what ancient masters had known for millennia. But here's the tragedy. This research was buried because it threatened the emerging pharmaceutical industry. Imagine if every man knew he could solve his circulation issues with his own hands in 2 minutes. The ancient masters also understood something that modern medicine is just beginning to grasp: the connection between emotional blockages and physical dysfunction. They knew that unresolved stress, anger, fear, and shame literally create physical knots in the body that block energy flow. This is why the technique I'm teaching you isn't just physical, it's energetic and emotional healing combined. When you release these pressure points, you're not just improving blood flow, you're releasing decades of stored tension and trauma. What's fascinating is that different cultures developed remarkably similar techniques independently. Ancient Egyptian texts describe awakening the sacred serpent. Norse traditions speak of rekindling the inner fire. And even Native American healing practices include specific touch techniques for restoring masculine power. This wasn't coincidence. It was universal human knowledge that worked so well it was discovered everywhere humans existed. But here's why this knowledge was almost lost. As societies became more civilized and medical systems became institutionalized, These natural healing methods were systematically suppressed. They were labeled as primitive or unscientific, even though they had been successfully helping men for thousands of years. The irony is that we now have the scientific tools to prove exactly why these ancient techniques work, validating what our ancestors knew through direct experience and careful observation of the human body's natural healing capabilities. All right, now we're getting to the heart of everything. Before you even touch your body, you need to understand that this isn't just a physical technique. It's a complete reset of your entire nervous system. The environment you create and the mindset you bring to this practice will determine whether you get mediocre results or life-changing transformation. So let's start with the foundation that will make everything else work like magic. First, find a private space where you won't be interrupted for at least 5 minutes. This could be your bedroom, bathroom, or even your office if you have privacy. The key is that you feel completely safe and relaxed. Dim the light slightly. Bright lighting actually triggers stress hormones that counteract what we're trying to achieve. If possible, play some soft, rhythmic music or nature sounds. Your nervous system responds to environmental cues, and we want every signal telling your body that it's safe to let go and heal. Now, here's something crucial that most people skip: the breathing preparation. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, but not just any breathing. Breathe in for 4 counts through your nose, hold for 4 counts, then exhale for 6 counts through your mouth. This specific pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is essential for healing and circulation. Your body cannot heal while it's in stress mode, so these first few breaths are literally switching your entire physiology from survival mode to healing mode. The first pressure point we're going to work with is located at the base of your skull, right where your neck meets your head. Place your fingers there and you'll feel a slight depression. This is called the wind pool. Point in Chinese medicine. This point controls the flow of energy and blood to your entire pelvic region. Here's the technique. Using your middle and ring fingers, apply firm but gentle pressure in small circular motions for exactly 30 seconds. You should feel a slight tingling or warmth. That's the neurological pathway activating. The second point is on your lower back, about 4 inches below your waist, right on either side of your spine. These are called the kidney yang points, and they're directly connected to your sexual vitality and hormone production. Place your thumbs on these points and apply steady pressure while breathing deeply. The pressure should be firm enough that you feel it, but not so hard that it causes pain. Hold this pressure for 30 seconds while visualizing warm energy flowing from these points down into your pelvis. Here's where most people make a critical mistake. They rush through the technique or apply too much pressure thinking, more is better. But your nervous system responds to consistent, gentle stimulation, not force. Think of it like tuning a guitar. You make small, precise adjustments until everything resonates perfectly. The same principle applies here. You're fine-tuning your body's natural healing mechanisms, not forcing them into submission. The timing is absolutely crucial. Each point gets exactly 30 seconds of attention, and the entire sequence must be completed within 2 minutes. Why? Because your nervous system has natural rhythms, and this timing aligns perfectly with your body's bioelectrical cycles. It's like catching a wave at exactly the right moment. The timing amplifies the effect exponentially. This isn't arbitrary. It's based on decades of research into how the human nervous system processes and integrates therapeutic touch. Now we move to the most powerful part of the sequence, the points that will create the dramatic shift you've been waiting for. The third pressure point is located on your inner thighs, about 3 inches above your knee. In ancient texts, this was called the sea of blood point, because stimulating it literally opens the floodgates of circulation to your entire pelvic region. Place your thumbs on both points simultaneously and apply rhythmic pressure. Press for 3 seconds, release for 1 second, and repeat this pattern for the full 30 seconds. The fourth point is the game changer, and it's located on your abdomen, about 2 inches below your navel. This is your body's power center, what the Chinese called the Dan Tian, or energy reservoir. Place your palm flat against this area and apply gentle circular pressure while breathing deeply into your belly. This isn't just about physical pressure. You're awakening the energetic command center that controls your entire reproductive system. Feel the warmth building under your palm as you complete the 30-second cycle. Here's where the magic really happens. The final 2 points work together as a circuit. Place one hand on your lower back at the kidney points we worked earlier, and the other hand on your lower abdomen. Now, instead of applying pressure, you're going to create what I call an energy sandwich. Breathe deeply and imagine warm energy flowing between your hands, creating a healing circuit through your entire core. Hold this position for the final 30 seconds while focusing on the sensation of warmth and circulation increasing throughout your pelvis. But here's the secret that makes this technique so much more powerful than anything else you've tried: the visualization component. As you work each point, don't just focus on the physical sensation. Visualize vibrant, warm energy flowing through your body like rivers of light. See your circulation improving. Feel your confidence returning. Imagine yourself as the vital, powerful man you truly are. Your brain doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. This visualization literally rewires your neural pathways for optimal function. The beauty of this complete sequence is that it works on multiple levels simultaneously. Physically, you're stimulating nerve pathways and increasing blood flow. Energetically, you're clearing blockages and restoring natural circulation patterns. Emotionally, you're releasing stored tension and trauma. And mentally, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind for confidence and vitality. This is why 2 minutes of this technique can be more effective than hours of other treatments. Now, let me tell you about the variations that make this technique work for every man, regardless of age or current condition. If you're dealing with more severe circulation issues, extend each point to 45 seconds instead of 30, but maintain the same sequence. If you're using this preventively, you can actually speed up the rhythm slightly, spending 20 seconds on each point. The key is consistency. Your body responds better to daily 2-minute sessions than to occasional longer sessions. Here's how you'll know it's working. Within the first session, you should feel increased warmth in your pelvic region. After 3 to 5 sessions, you'll notice improved morning vitality. Within 2 weeks of daily practice, most men report significant improvements in overall circulation, energy levels, and confidence. But remember, this isn't just about immediate results. You're literally rewiring your nervous system for long-term optimal function. The men who stick with this technique for 30 days often tell me they feel like they've discovered a fountain of youth that was hiding inside their own body all along. Now that you've mastered the core 2-minute technique, let me share the advanced methods that can multiply your results by 300%. These are the techniques I usually reserve for my private clients, but I believe every man deserves access to this knowledge. What I'm about to teach you will transform you from someone who's just managing symptoms to someone who's actively optimizing their masculine vitality every single day. The first advanced technique is called the energy spiral, and it's based on the discovery that your body's energy doesn't flow in straight lines, it moves in spirals. After completing your basic 2-minute routine, place both hands on your lower abdomen and begin making slow, clockwise spirals, gradually expanding outward. This isn't random movement. You're following the natural energy pathways that ancient masters mapped thousands of years ago. Spend 60 seconds on this spiral motion, and you'll feel the energy you've activated spreading throughout your entire core. Here's something most men never learn. There's a difference between preventive massage and corrective massage. Preventive massage is what you do when everything's working well. It's lighter, more rhythmic, focused on maintaining optimal flow. Corrective massage is deeper, more targeted, designed to break through blockages and reset dysfunctional patterns. If you're dealing with ongoing issues, you need corrective techniques. If you're maintaining good health, preventive techniques will keep you at peak performance. The pressure, timing, and intention are completely different for each approach. The power multiplier technique involves combining different types of touch within the same session. Start with light, feathery touches to awaken the nerve endings, then progress to firm pressure to activate the deeper pathways, and finish with gentle vibration to integrate the changes. This progression mimics how your nervous system naturally processes healing stimuli. It's like speaking to your body in its own language, and when you do this correctly, the response is immediate and profound. Now, let's talk about something that can double your results overnight. Therapeutic oils. Not just any oils, specific combinations that have been scientifically proven to enhance circulation and nerve function. A blend of peppermint oil, for circulation, rosemary oil, for nerve stimulation, and a carrier oil like coconut or jojoba creates a synergistic effect that amplifies everything you're doing. Apply just a few drops to your hands before beginning the technique, and you'll feel the difference immediately. The oils don't just feel good, they're actually delivering therapeutic compounds directly through your skin. Here's where this gets really interesting. You can teach these techniques to your partner, creating a shared healing practice that strengthens both your physical health and your emotional connection. When someone else applies these techniques to your body, the relaxation response is even deeper because you can completely let go without having to focus on the movements. I've seen couples transform their entire relationship by incorporating these practices into their weekly routine. It becomes a sacred time of healing and connection that goes far beyond the physical benefits. The advanced timing protocol involves cycling through different intensities throughout the week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, use the full corrective protocol with deeper pressure and longer duration. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, use the lighter preventive approach. Sunday becomes your integration day, a gentle meditative session focused purely on maintaining the energy flow you've established. This cycling prevents your body from adapting to the stimulus and ensures continuous improvement rather than plateauing. Finally, the master-level technique that I call the Vitality Lock. After completing any massage session, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your lower abdomen. Breathe deeply and set a clear intention for how you want to feel and function. This isn't just positive thinking. You're literally programming your nervous system to maintain the optimal state you've just created. Hold this position for 30 seconds while feeling gratitude for your body's incredible ability to heal and regenerate. This final step locks in all the benefits and extends their duration by hours, sometimes even days. Now, here's the secret weapon that will amplify everything we've been talking about by 400%. What you put into your body is just as important as what you do to your body, and I'm about to share a recipe that's been clinically proven to boost nitric oxide production, improve circulation, and enhance overall masculine vitality. This isn't just another smoothie. This is a precisely formulated blend that works synergistically with the massage techniques to create results that will shock you. The foundation of this vitality elixir is beetroot juice. And here's why this is absolutely crucial. Beetroot contains natural nitrates that your body converts directly into nitric oxide, the same compound that expensive medications try to artificially stimulate. But here's the kicker. When you consume beetroot juice 30 minutes before performing your massage technique, you're creating a perfect storm of natural circulation enhancement. Studies show that beetroot juice can increase nitric oxide levels by up to 200% within 1 hour of consumption. The second key ingredient is pomegranate juice, which contains powerful antioxidants called punicolagens that protect and strengthen your blood vessels while you're improving circulation. Think of it this way. The massage technique is opening the highways, and the pomegranate is making sure those highways stay strong and flexible. Add to this a handful of fresh spinach, which provides additional nitrates and folate that support healthy blood flow, and you're creating a nutritional foundation that makes every other technique more effective. Here's where this recipe gets really interesting. We're adding a tablespoon of raw cacao powder, not just for flavor, but because cacao contains compounds called flavonoids that directly improve endothelial function. That's the lining of your blood vessels. When your endothelium is healthy, your body can produce nitric oxide more efficiently and sustain circulation improvements for longer periods. Plus, cacao naturally boosts mood and energy, creating a positive feedback loop that enhances all your other efforts. The secret ingredient that most people would never think to include is a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I know it sounds crazy, but cayenne contains capsaicin, which causes immediate vasodilation, the opening of blood vessels. When you combine this with the massage technique, you're creating both internal and external stimulation of circulation simultaneously. The effect is so powerful that many men notice improvements within 15 minutes of consuming this blend and performing the massage sequence. To make this elixir, blend together 1 cup of beetroot juice, 1/2 cup of pomegranate juice, 1 cup of fresh spinach, 1 tablespoon of raw cacao powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1/2 banana for natural sweetness and potassium. The banana isn't just for taste. Potassium is essential for proper muscle and nerve function, including the smooth muscles that control blood flow. Blend everything until smooth, and you'll have a deep red elixir that tastes surprisingly good and works like natural medicine. The timing of when you consume this is absolutely critical for maximum results. Drink this smoothie on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning, then wait exactly 30 minutes before performing your massage technique. This timing allows the nutrients to be absorbed and start working just as you begin the physical stimulation. The synergistic effect is remarkable. Men who combine this nutritional protocol with the massage technique report results that are 3 to 4 times more dramatic than using either method alone. You can prepare this smoothie the night before and store it in the refrigerator, but consume it within 24 hours for maximum potency. The natural compounds begin to degrade after that, so fresh is always best when you're dealing with therapeutic nutrition. If you found value in today's video, I need you to do 3 things right now. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss life-changing content like this. Leave a comment below sharing your commitment to natural health. And share this video with any man in your life who deserves to know that there are real solutions beyond what the pharmaceutical industry wants to sell them. Your engagement helps this message reach more men who desperately need this information. What we've covered today isn't just about improving circulation or enhancing vitality. It's about reclaiming your power as a man and refusing to accept that decline is inevitable. You now have ancient wisdom validated by modern science, a 2-minute technique that costs nothing but can change everything, and a nutritional protocol that amplifies your results exponentially. But knowledge without action is just entertainment, and I know you're here for transformation, not entertainment. The choice is yours. You can go back to accepting limitations, or you can start implementing these techniques today and discover what your body is truly capable of when you work with it instead of against it. Remember, your body wants to heal, wants to function optimally. You're just removing the obstacles that have been blocking its natural intelligence. Always remember, the truth goes beyond the pill.